Good morning, I'm Elton Robinson with your March 17th grain and oilseed update. First, a soybean harvest update from Brazil brought to us by the Corn and Soybean Advisor through Ag Rural. Brazil's soybean harvest is 56% complete compared to 52% last year and an average of 47%. In the Mato Grosso region, soybeans are now 88% harvested compared to 76% last year and a 74% average. With drier weather, the soybean harvest in Mato Grosso should essentially be complete sometime next week, which if accomplished would probably be a record early completion of the soybean harvest. However, there are some disappointing yields coming out of the western Mato Grosso region due to heavy rains that delayed harvesting, but most farmers in the state are pleased with their soybean yields. In their most recent report, the Mato Grosso Institute of Agricultural Economics increased their estimate of the state's soybean crop by 500,000 tons to 31 million tons. According to the advisor, farmers in Mato Grosso continue to be relatively slow sellers of their 2016-17 soybean crop. In the Paraná state, producers are expected to harvest at least 18 million tons of soybeans, which would be a new record for the state. And now let's move on to the latest weekly export figures. This summary is based on reports for the period March 3rd through 9th. This report features marketing year highs for three commodities. Wheat exports of 619,300 metric tons were up 38% from the previous week and 28% from the prior 4-week average. Destinations were Mexico, Indonesia, China, Morocco, Thailand, and Peru. Corn exports of 1.58 million metric tons was a marketing year high, up 9% from the previous week and 17% from the prior 4-week average. Destinations included Japan, Colombia, Mexico, Taiwan, and South Korea. Grain sorghum exports of 133,400 metric tons were up noticeably from the previous week and up 10% from the prior 4-week average. Destinations were China, Japan, and Mexico. Rice exports of 82,600 metric tons were down 13% from the previous week and 4% from the prior 4-week average. The destinations were primarily Mexico, Japan, Haiti, Guatemala, and South Korea. Soybean exports of 848,800 metric tons were down 14% from the previous week and 17% from the prior 4-week average. Destinations were China, Germany, Mexico, the Netherlands, and Egypt. Soybean meal exports of 349,600 metric tons was a marketing year high, up 9% from the previous week and 49% from the 4-week average. The destinations were the Philippines, Indonesia, Turkey, Mexico, and Romania. Soybean meal exports of 25,000 metric tons were up 85% from the previous week, but unchanged from the average. The destinations were primarily Mexico, the Dominican Republic, Nicaragua, El Salvador, and El Salvador. Beef exports of 13,500 metric tons were down 3% from the previous week and 2% from the prior 4-week average, going to Japan, South Korea, Mexico, Hong Kong, and Canada. And lastly, pork exports of 24,700 metric tons was a marketing year high, up 15% from the previous week and 8% from the average. Destinations were Mexico, Japan, South Korea, China, and Canada. Well, that is it for this week's report. I'm Elton Robinson. See you next time.